Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the mess. Now, listen, you know, I just have a question. I have a question. Well, I have a few questions. So, I was online, right, minding my business and other folks' business. Okay. So, I was over here minding my business, and I ran across this on one of the blogs, Neighborhood Talk, not one of the blogs, as if I don't know what the blog is or the name of the blog. Um, the Neighborhood Talk posted this video, and it says, "Ah, newly surfaced video shows Kimora Lee Simmons sending off the Combe twins for their recent prom." So let me go ahead and play this quick video. It's only like 10 or 15 seconds, and then we're gonna talk.
Trying. I love you guys.
You look beautiful. Just put it on her wrist.
Don't forget to take your picture by the
Oh my God, I didn't realize there was a needle.
I think it's really, really sweet that, from what I read online, Kimora, since the passing of their mother, Kimora has really stepped up to the plate to make sure that she's there for the girls. I think that's something that should be acknowledged. I want to know, with everything that's going on. Oh, and another thing too, I saw a lot of people online saying that Kimora was their godmother. I saw a video. Kimora did an interview. I think it was Entertainment Tonight or Access Hollywood, E News. I can't remember. I'm gonna try to find it. It was on YouTube, and I didn't hear her anything. I didn't hear her. I didn't hear her mention anything about being the godmother to the girls. She did tap on her having, her being friends with Kim, but she never really said. Now, just because she didn't say it in that video doesn't mean that she's not. But yeah, some people were saying that Kimora is a godmother. But like I said, I didn't really hear her say anything like that about being the godmother. But nonetheless, whether she is or she isn't, she's there for the twins since Kim and her untimely death. But I have a question for the girls. Remember we went live like probably like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, "Well, I would want to know. I would want to ask kids. They're not kids, okay? Because Quincy is 30, what 3? Justin is 31. The other one 27, 28, and the girl Chance is 19. They're teenagers, and then the Combe girls, they're 18. They just graduated from high school. But I will want to ask the children of Diddy, what do they think? I remember saying that in one of my videos. And there were a couple of people like, well, why does it matter what the kids think? I mean, because girl, they're literally like popping up at this court. Like, this is one of the most humongous court cases we've seen in a very long time. And the fact that they were there, I'm assuming, my assumption could be incorrect, that they are supporting their father. And I would also assume in a situation like this, right now, I don't think this is every scenario. But in a situation like this, where some of the details are very horrific and y'all are there, I would assume that you don't believe what the people are saying. It's not like somebody accused your daddy of like slapping them and he was gonna go to jail and you wanted to just show support. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, you could be like, okay, girl, I can see how you could probably still try to support somebody if your daddy slapped some dude and now they're trying to send him to jail for 40 years. You get what I'm trying to say? But that's not this case. Even though they did say he did slap Drake. With your auntie Kimora helping you and being there for you, assisting you with prom night, and also with your auntie Kimora coming out and saying that your daddy threatened to hit her while she was pregnant some years ago, what do you think about that? Because this just adds to the stories that other people have regarding your father. Do you think that Auntie Kimora is lying on your daddy? Or do you think that your daddy did threaten to punch this pregnant lady and you just kind of like, well, it's over, it's done, I don't care? Because Kimora said that your father, that Sean Combs, threatened to hit her while she was pregnant. And I also remember when all this mess kind of started happening, Kimora was low-key sending subliminal messages on her Instagram page. She said something, and I'm paraphrasing, like, what is it, like the roosters have come home to the what is it when the roosters have come home to hatch or something like that. Now I don't think exactly what she said, but she was doing things like that. And now she's over there helping the kids, which is fine. Like I said, I would want to know, like the sons, they were there too. Like, what did all of y'all have to think about this woman saying that your daddy threatened to punch her, and now she's in your home and assisting your sisters, for prom? Because everybody ain't lying on your daddy. Everybody not lying on Puffy. There might be one or two people. But for the most part, I think most of the people telling the truth. Yes, I do. I don't think that's a hard question to answer. You're 18 years old. That's old enough to have some level of a comprehension and to be able to answer a question that simple. How do you feel about Kimora saying that your father threatened to hit her while she was pregnant, and now he's on trial fighting for his life, and everybody has these horrific stories surrounding him? How do you feel? You don't care your daddy threatened to hit her, or you think that bitch is lying on your daddy? Because everybody lying on my daddy. And before anybody get in my comment section talking about those are just kids, yes, in my opinion, 18 and 19 is not an adult. Legally, they are. How and ever, okay? If everybody can get online and scream and shout from the mountaintop that these 18 and 19-year-olds know what they're doing, right? They know what they're doing. If everybody else's daughter gets slutted out and passed around at 18 and 19, then girl, we can ask a simple question to his 18-year-old daughters. I just hope they don't run into a nigga like they daddy, though. I hope they don't run into a nigga like they daddy. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on, y'all. Alexis Skyy. I don't keep up with this lady. I only know her because she was on Love and Hip Hop something. I can't remember. I think it was Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, I think. And I think at one point she had a baby. Well, she was claiming that Fetty Wap was her baby, but that really wasn't his baby. Was it Fetty Wap? Let me start putting babies on people. I think it was Fetty Wap because that's who has the baby with Masika. It was some rapper she was saying was the father of her child, and he wasn't a baby daddy. Anyways, so I'm on the Neighborhood Talk, and the headline says Alexis Skyy says a hater called the state to get her recovery house shut down. Had I known that I needed the proper license, I would have never got shut down. I want y'all to hear what Alexis Skyy had to say. Girl.
He was hating on me, unfortunately, and they called the state on me, and I had to shut down my recovery house. Isn't that crazy? But had I known that I needed the proper license to run a recovery house, I would have never got shut down. So a lot of things, and I'm gonna, when I open up about like the businesses that I did start, like I'll really be transparent on the mistakes that I made and really explain to you guys, like, just because something looks like it's making money doesn't mean that's for you. Because a lot of people, I see people on Instagram and they put this facade like, oh, start this, start that, but you really gotta go into a lane that really makes sense for yourself and that you're gonna wake up every day and you're gonna enjoy doing. Open it back up, maybe, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. So yeah, anyway.
What she say? Isn't that crazy? No, that's not crazy, Alexis. Like, what are you talking about, sister? This is what I put in the comment section. Hold up. Because I don't understand. Alexis, you knew what you were doing. I'm sorry. Alexis knew exactly what she was doing. That's why she called them some haters. So I put in the comment section, Alexis, baby, if you need a license to serve alcohol, style hair, cut hair, drive a car, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on, then how will you not know nor think you absolutely need one for a post-op surgical recovery home? Girl, you need a license to drive a car. I remember when I used to work at HEB, and even though we were not bartenders, of course, we would still be scanning alcohol, wine, beer, stuff like that. And we had to go to this class to receive a certificate or something that allowed us to, in a way, serve alcohol. I can't remember what they called it, but we had to have that because I don't think that we were over the age. Some of us were not over the age of 21. So, anyways, all I'm saying is, girl, there are so many things in life where you need a license to do a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like hairstylists. Now, people still do it. People still style hair and cut hair, or barbers, right? People still drive cars without a license. So we still do things without a license, but that doesn't mean that you know that you don't need one. So for her to even go as far as trying to start a business, girl, you're not just cutting hair out your bathroom. You're just not doing hair in your kitchen. Girl, you try to start a business. Then call somebody some haters because you got shut down. You were supposed to be shut down, Alexis. You shouldn't have even started. You over there operating, helping someone after surgery. And I'm assuming it's probably like plastic surgery. Like, what is it called when you get lipo and all that stuff? And you have to go in and have to rub it and put. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. The girls who know, I can't. You know what I'm talking about. What is it called? Whenever you go, let me Google it. What is it called? Hold up, because I need to know. What is it called? Oh, okay. Post-op appointment. Let me just put that. Hold up. Post-op appointment. What do they call it though? Drainage. When you're getting drained or something. Go. We're just gonna call it post-operative care. Is that? But they call it something else. But y'all know what I'm talking about, girl. When you go in and you got to get all the stuff like they massaging your body and stuff. But I guess that's just a word. I guess that's the right word. Anyway, I was trying to think of another word that I've heard people call it. Anyway, so yeah, it's like, girl, you're over there running like a health a health center to assist people, recovering from whatever surgery they just had. And again, I'm just assuming, I don't know. It was probably plastic surgery. But even if it wasn't, you still didn't even go take the proper steps to make sure that your business was running legitimately. But that's a problem. And then you have the nerve to get your black ass down to the internet talking about her. Ain't that crazy? God, no. The fuck? I said, oh, God, I said, girl, this girl is a mess. Alexis is a mess, baby. Shout out to Alexis Skyy. Girl, handle your business the right way for your ass end up in jail. You better be glad they shut it down when they shut it down, because if something would have went wrong with one of those patients over there, girl, you would have been looking real crazy. Y'all probably got people. You probably got your cousin in there operating on people, girl, massaging people's stomach. Don't know what they doing, girl. Trying to massage somebody's BBL, trying to squeeze out the. What's it when they be squeezing out the stuff? I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They don't know what they doing, girl. I got this girl over here. I give you $200. Just come over here and just massage her real good. And they lady close her eyes and don't wake up. Anyways. Britney Spears. Britney Spears will always, always have a special place in my heart. Britney, I think, was the first white girl that I went up for. Girl, I still remember my cousin. I still remember when she came out with Baby Hit Me One More Time. My cousin asked me, have you seen this white girl on TV? She kind of can dance and she's doing flips and stuff in the video. I was like, She was like, the video, it's been coming on TV. And I was like, I'm about to catch it. So we love Britney. I have been a fan of Britney's for a very long time. And, Britney was in that horrible conservatorship. I know that conservatorships can be a really great thing for some people. Some people some people I'm sure have had great experiences. But I heard Britney's was horrible. The one that Wendy Williams, is horrible. But Britney, for the most part, don't mind. Don't do nothing to nobody. Britney, she's at her house. She spins and spins and twirls and twirls and twirls. She don't bother nobody. She just mind her business. This is according to the Jasmine brand. Britney Spears reportedly warned by authorities after lighting cigarette on private jet. We're going to read Britney's response. Britney Spears found herself in hot water after reportedly lighting a cigarette on a private jet. Sources tell TMZ that during a flight from Cabo San Lucas to LAX, Britney was drinking, then pulled out a cigarette, lit it, and started smoking. Flight attendants were alarmed and told her to put it out, which she did, but she was described as difficult. When the plane landed, authorities met her and issued a warning about her behavior before allowing her to leave. LAX police say they did not respond, but it appears someone from customs gave the warning. The incident comes amid concerns from those close to Britney about her life after the conservatorship ended. They say her mental health struggles remain a challenge, with one source claiming the judge went so Hollywood, ignoring all the medical reports in front of her, and just bent to the Free Britney people outside the courthouse. Again, like I said, girl, I'm not saying Britney probably shouldn't be in a conservatorship. Maybe she should be in one. The one that she was in, again, the people say that it was a mess. However, when I look at Britney, and when I hear the things that Britney has been going through, this is probably the most. I heard she got into a fight with one of her boyfriends at a hotel, an argument or something like that. But Britney's not out here. Britney's not a danger to the community. You know what I'm saying? I could see if Britney was a danger, a threat, even to herself. I haven't heard of Britney even being a threat to herself. She's not bothering anybody in the community. This is probably the worst it could have gotten. Girl, lighting a cigarette on a plane, that's a big thing. We're not going to, because y'all know I don't like flying. So for me, girl, you light a cigarette. Girl, where did that lighter come from? All it takes is just one little mishap. And girl, we all on fire. Okay?
I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus.
I will say I do believe, In this case, it probably was maybe because she's a rich white lady, maybe it's because she's Britney Spears, that she pretty much just kind of got like a tap on the wrist. Again, I'm not mad at it. Any other time, I would be like, girl, it's because she white. Girl, in this situation, it's because she white. But girl, we love Britney. We're not gonna bother Britney. We're not. We're gonna give Britney's one of the white girls we're gonna give a pass to. We are. But anyway, this is what Britney came out and said. When I see I was up here cackling, baby. Let me find it. I said, baby, Britney. Oh, Britney. Britney came out and told us what happened. Okay. She posted a video. And this was the caption under the video. Me yesterday. It's actually incredibly funny. Some planes I've been on, you can't smoke mostly, but this one was different because the drink holders were on outside of seat. Confession, it was my first time drinking vodka. I swear I felt so smart. Oh, Brittany. Mama said she drank some Tito's. Mama said she drank some vodka for the first time and she felt smart. Oh, baby. I was like, wow, what the heck is in there? I felt so clear and smart. Oh, Brittany. And said, I want a cigarette so bad. My friend put it in my mouth and lit it up. Girl, put it in your mouth. Girl, she said, my friend put it in my mouth and lit it up for me. So I was like, oh, this is a plane where you can smoke. I do apologize to anyone I offended, but the flight attendants always make sure I'm way at the back of the plane anyways. Girl, that's my sister. This is my sister. I'm sticking beside her. Girl, this is my sister, and I'm sticking beside her. She said the flight attendants always make sure I'm at the back of the plane anyways. Brittany pretty much said they treat me like a nigga when I get on the plane, baby. She said they be treating me like a nigga from back in the day, baby. They made me go to the back of the bus, baby. Okay. Ooh-wee. I thought officials greeted me as support, and I was like, "Wow, I feel special. I've never been to an international airport. Am I famous or something?" The flight attendant called officials because I smoked a cigarette, and it embarrassed me, which geez, I thought was kind of much, but she didn't like me the moment I got on the plane. Nobody was on the plane for the first 20 minutes, and she wouldn't let me get out of my seat. I waited to stand up. Now, I don't know. I've never been on a private plane, but this plane looked like a private plane from the clip that I saw, from the clip that I played. I thought it was a private plane, but I don't know. I don't know. Girl, can you do ride share? Can you do ride share? And you can book your ride and ride with other people to save some money. Can you do that with private jets too? I mean, if y'all all going in one direction, do y'all just split the cost? I don't know. Nobody was on the plane for the first 20 minutes and she wouldn't let me get out of my seat. I wanted to stand up. She acted so weird about making sure I sat down. But Brittany's supposed to sit down on the plane. Brittany, I don't know. Maybe because Brittany rich and she do what she want to do. But Brittany, you're supposed to sit down on planes. And you can't smoke cigarettes. And really and truly, girl, you're not even supposed to get on the plane drunk. You're not even supposed to get drunk on the plane. There are a lot of rules. Okay, correct me if I don't think you're supposed to get on the plane drunk, and I don't think you can really get drunk on the plane. Y'all let me know though. So the flight attendant was probably just doing her job. She acted so weird about making sure I sat down, and it was weird. I didn't like the way she put the seatbelt on me and invaded my space. So this is what it sounded like to me. They gave her a pass so they know that, they know our good cousin Brittany on our white side of the family. She going through a couple, she going through a little one too. To the point where that lady had to put her seatbelt on. Brittany, you was cutting up. That lady said, move, bitch. I put the seatbelt on my damn self. Oh, well, you guys, like my flower choker? Be Tiny is coming soon, and that's something we have added. It's honestly adorable. Brittany wrote that post. Everything that popped in Brittany's head at the time, she just wrote it down. Oh, Brittany. She gonna be all right. Like I said, girl, I don't think Brittany's a threat to society. I don't think she's a threat to herself. Every time I see Brittany posts videos, she just be in her house, spinning and twirling and spinning and twirling and spinning and twirling. This is probably the worst I've seen. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, Brittany really don't bother anybody. She really doesn't. Does she? But I don't keep up with Brittany like that to know. So I really wouldn't know 100%. But I haven't really heard. I mean, I'm sure if it was something, they would have reported on it by now. Getting into an argument with your boyfriend doesn't mean that you should be in a conservatorship. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, she got into an argument with her boyfriend. Past that, girl, like Brittany said, you ain't got no dirt on me. Girl, you ain't got no dirt on me, baby. Anyway, shout out to Britney Spears. All right, y'all, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.